I'm Diana Kokoska. In this session, we're going to look at the role a database has in your business. We are joined today by Martin Boma of Ann Arbor, Michigan, Rick Brinkus of Las Vegas, Nevada, and Mel Gentry of Austin, Texas. Thank you for your time today.
Thanks, Diana.
Thanks, Diana. It's great to be here.
Rick, let's start with you. How important is your database?
It's everything, Diana. Our business is our database.
Okay, but we often say lead generation is everything too. How can everything, well, be everything?
You know, you don't want to think of the two as being separate. Your database feeds your lead generation, and your lead generation feeds your database.
You wouldn't drive a car with no gas.
And a gallon of gas isn't much use without a car.
Got it. Now, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent model talks about having thousands of people in your database. I know that can be overwhelming to most people.
Well, if it's your business, you need to prospect every day. Collect 10 cards, meet 5 people, and enter them in the database. End of sentence, period.
Sounds good. But suppose I meet people and I can't keep track of them or don't have time to enter them in.
Well, that's a great point, and I have a perfect example. My husband is a high I. He's great at meeting people, but he's also a low C, and he has a lot of trouble putting that information in the database.
So how does he overcome this?
Well, now, as soon as he meets someone, he calls himself, leaves a message on his voicemail, and he tells who he met, when he met them, he tells where he met them, things like, are they married, do they have children, are they retired, that kind of stuff. And then we have someone come in on the weekend, she's paid an hourly wage, and she just enters all that information in the database.
Fantastic. Talk about leveraging technology. Gary focuses on what he does well and still gets the job done. But how does that list translate into sales? Martin?
Maybe back in the old days, a database was just a list. But today, a database is the basis for just so much more.
Give me an example.
Okay, well, what you can do with a database, you can import it into a software product, and then you can start creating all sorts of action plans. You can do action plans for sale by owners. You can do them for expireds. We do them for new listings. We do them for price reductions, for buyer leads, so we don't even have to think about what has to be done. So we have probably as many as 50 different action plans that basically organize all the to-dos for my team.
And don't forget tracking. A contact management system can help you find out which programs and systems are working so that you can make adjustments accordingly.
Well, that seems impressive. So I would have a contact database and a contact management system. What if I'm not very tech savvy?
Don't worry, you don't have to be. Contact management systems are made to work with your database from the get-go. Microsoft Outlook is a contact management system, but we usually just think of it as a way to send emails.
So Outlook is a contact management system?
Well, sure, like in a limited way, it can help you with the touch programs, but softwares are much more specific to the needs of a real estate agent.
Well, for example, your contact management system can remind you what you need to do that day as a part of your 33-touch action plan. It might ask you to call someone and say happy birthday, or to call them and ask them if they got the card that you sent out earlier in the week.
The point is, you're probably using a contact management system anyhow, and you don't even know it. What you want to do is advance your knowledge, work with many systems, and find out which is best for you.
He's absolutely right. The best database tool is the one you use every day.
Any final words, anybody?
The more systems you can put in place to manage your contacts, the more time you'll have to create contacts.
You don't want to get all caught up in the technology. You don't have to utilize every feature all at once to make it productive.
Keep in mind the size of your business will be in direct proportion to the size of your database and how often you keep in contact with them. So the question is, how big do you want to be?
That's a great question to ponder as we learn more about our options for lead generation. Thank you all so much for joining us today.